What comes to your mind when you hear the word warrior? A man in armor? A soldier at war? Or someone with muzzles, weapon, or medals? But what if I told you they carry office bags in the morning and grocery bags in the evening? They cook dinner after a full day's work. I live in a house full of women, no men, and yet we never lacked strength. So I ask you, who taught us that men are the backbone of a family? When my father passed away, do you think our family collapsed or we gave up? When my father passed away, I was broke. I was just a student back then, confused, angry, numb. I couldn't eat properly, I couldn't focus. I started slipping academically, emotionally, mentally. There were days I didn't want to wake up. There were nights I cried silently into my pillow, hoping someone would say it was all just a dream. Who was there to earn, to cook, care, support, protect, and lead all at once? It was my mother and her sisters. So I ask, why don't we call this as leadership? Why? Have you ever watched a woman take care of everyone around her while silently breaking inside? Have you? My mother didn't just raise me. She held up her sisters, her mother, and an entire family. She kept the house running when the world outside was burning. She didn't scream. She didn't collapse. She didn't give up. She didn't run away. She stood up, not just for herself, but for me, for our entire family. She went to work like nothing changed. She paid bills, helped me with my books, and every night she still smiled at me like everything was going to be okay. And still, she never said, "I'm tired." She never. When I lost my dad, I felt like giving up. But when I saw my mom, she made me realize that this is not the end. This is not the end. She never let us feel left out or the absence of a father. She always had a smile on her face that kept us motivated, so that we stand as her pillars, not because life was easy, but because we chose to live. That's when I realized I don't know how she did it. But watching her, I realized if she hasn't given up, how can I? How can I, being her daughter? So I picked myself up, I studied harder. I started living not just for me, but for her. I wanted to become a kind of person she can always be proud of. Because if she can carry the weight of the world on her shoulders, I can carry my books, my pain, and my future. Have you ever seen a woman break from inside but stay strong on outside just to keep her family going? Have you? That's what my mom did. She didn't just raise me. She became my father, my friend, my teacher, my guide, and my everything. She never got a break, not a moment to cry, not a chance to say, I'm tired. And still, she never showed weakness. She smiled for me when I had no reason to smile. She stayed strong so I wouldn't fall apart. That's not just love, that's power. That's how strength looks like. I didn't need it to be rescued, I needed to rise. I wrote my exams for her. I started living for her. Because the strongest people I knew had already shown me how. But here's the question that keeps me awake. Why in this country do women still have to prove themselves every single day? Why is a working woman judged instead of respected? Why is a single mother questioned? Why do we blame a woman if her marriage simply breaks? If her kids struggle? Or if she even chooses ambition over anything? Or even if she simply survives? Why, no matter how hard a woman works, is she the one society finds a way to blame? Isn't it time we change this? Isn't it time we stop asking, can a woman do it alone? And start admitting they already are? Isn't it time we stop overlooking women as secondary when they have been running homes, raising futures, and running entire generations together without recognition? The truth is, women are not asking for authority. They already have it. Society just needs to stop denying it. I was raised by warriors, and in a world that tried to break them, they built me. So I leave you with this. What if the strongest people in this country are the ones we always keep overlooking? What if the heroes we have been waiting or finding for are already home? We often hear, it takes a man to lead a family, but I'm here to tell you, it takes a woman to rebuild one from the ashes. My life, my strength, my values, they weren't taught by textbooks or mentors. They were carved into me by women who never had the luxury to fall apart. All that I am today, every bit of strength, discipline, kindness, and resilience in me came from watching her. My mom didn't just teach me how to survive. She taught me how to rise, how to rebuild, how to stand tall even when the ground is shaking. I still miss my father every day. There's an empty space in my heart that no one or nothing can fill. But when I look at my mother, that pain turns to fuel, fuel to push forward, fuel to make her proud, fuel to make sure that her sacrifices don't go unnoticed. I hope I can always keep her smiling. I hope I can give her all the happiness she never asked for but deserved. And above all, I hope I became even the half of the warrior she is. So, the question that actually arrives in people's mind is, can women raise strong children alone? Can women lead a family? Tell them to look at me. Look at each and every sons and daughters raised by women who never gave up. A woman's love is often invisible. Her sacrifices go unnoticed. But it's time we start seeing them. Not just as mothers or caretakers, but as leaders, as warriors, as the backbone of humanity. To conclude, today, I don't just thank the woman who raised me. I challenge every one of us to rethink what strength looks like, because it might just look like your mother. So let's stop looking heroes in capes or uniforms and start recognizing them in kitchens, offices, buses, and homes. In women who carry pain with grace and still serve love with a smile, holding up a house without ever asking help, and still smiling for you. Thank you.